In episode 3, shit's getting worse and more complicated. New characters finally show up, and we get darker details about some characters' pasts. The episode keeps the usual grim tone of the anime with a bit of comedy. The episode starts with Shizuka and Takopi leaving the forest, but suddenly they run into the nerd Azuma, who's been worried about her and followed her like a low-key stalker. He's shocked when he sees Takopi, and even more shocked when he sees the body of Marina. Just like I said last video, the kids' reactions are totally illogical and honestly pissed me off. Look at this scene. A literal dead body in front of him, and the kid blushes when Shizuka asks for help. Bro, there's a dead girl lying in her own blood, and you're out here blushing like a simp. To be fair, Azuma's reaction afterward is kind of realistic. He freaks out, tries to think of the solution, but still, the lack of fear or trauma from kids seeing their classmate's corpse is just so unrealistic to me. I'll keep bringing his point up because it bugs me hard. Anyway, Shizuka begs Azuma to help. She pulls that typical, "You're the only one I've got." He tells her if she gets caught, they'll send her to juvenile detention, and she won't be able to see Chappie again. So they all decide the best solution is bury the body, like they're some pro serial killers instead of kids who just saw their first corpse. With Takopi's help, they bury Marina's body, and Takopi replaces her like nothing ever happened. He goes back to Marina's house in her body, and we finally see how messed up her family is. The dad's yelling at the mom for buying curtain decorations, and the mom is snapping back at him for spending nights out at clubs like some loser. Takopi's just sitting there thinking, oh, they must love each other, when in reality, everything's falling apart. Next day, we see Azuma's older brother, who I'll talk about more when I dive into Azuma's backstory, which I honestly didn't see coming. Like, damn. Are all the kids in this story suffering? Not a single happy childhood? Anyway, once again, Shizuka asks Azuma to steal his brother's ring so they can travel to Tokyo and find Chappie. Of course, the simp agrees, but he fails miserably. Shizuka brushes it off and tells him not to worry. I'll explain more about his past in a minute. Days pass, and we finally get some wholesome moments between our trio. They're happy together, living the life they always wanted. For once, we get to see some actual smiles in this depressing-ass anime. I really thought maybe we'd finally get a peaceful break, but what? During dinner at Marina's house, the topic of her moving in with her dad comes up. With Takopii being the dumbass, he thinks this means he'll get to see Chappie again. This is where the story really shifts. Marina's mom starts getting suspicious. Her daughter suddenly talks different, and she's acting weird. She used to take her mom's side against her dad, and now she's neutral in a super awkward way. The mom slaps Takopii and begs, "I don't know who you are, but give me my daughter back. The one I carried for 9 months. Please bring her back." Takopi starts seeing Marina's past. How they used to be a loving family before that bitch Shizuka's mom came in and fucked everything up. He starts crying, realizing how badly he messed up. He stole someone's life from the people who loved her. He decides he needs to reflect and talk to Shizuka. But plot twist, the police find Marina's body. Things are getting messier than they already were. But let's break it down piece by piece. Let's start with Azuma, straight A student, classic nerd. Always cared about Shizuka. Felt bad for her, but she always kept her distance. Just like she does with everyone. This time though, he went after her, stalked her even. His reaction was annoying at first. Like bro was blushing in front of a damn corpse. But later, his logic kind of made sense. He figured if they'll hide the body, Shizuka going to juvie. His relationship with Shizuka is kind of cute in a messed up way. He's clearly attracted to her and wants to protect her while she sees him as her last hope. Will this relationship go anywhere? No idea. The writer's clearly nuts and might take it anywhere. Now on to his backstory. Ever since they were kids, Azuma's always been compared to his older brother, who always gets better grades and wins their parents' love. No matter how hard Azuma tries, he's always less than, always left out. That built up a quiet resentment toward his brother and gave him a constant fear of failure. When he failed to steal the ring, he assumed Shizuka would blow up on him or ditch him. Instead, she laughed it off, and in that moment, he was finally free from the pressure. He broke down crying like a little idiot. Yes, his past isn't as dark or tragic as Shizuka's or Marina's. He's not abused or in a broken home. But his trauma's real, shaped by toxic parenting. I'm not gonna lie, I like Azuma. He's a solid dude and has a real purpose in our story. Let's move to something lighter. The comedy moments when Takopi was in Marina's body. I'm not gonna lie, I laughed a lot. His clueless innocence in the middle of all the family drama was hilarious. Even outside the family stuff, his actions in Marina's body were just comedy gold. It's such a wild contrast. We used to see Marina's face and think fear and tension. Now it's pure comedy. Honestly, Takopi's my favorite character. He brings this dark comedy blend that defines the whole vibe of the show. And that voice when he says, freaking cute. Now let's talk about the major turning point in the story. Takopi's change of heart. We see he's finally starting to regret what he did. He wants to make things right. But now that Marina's body's been found, what the hell is he gonna do? Maybe he'll fix his camera? But that seems like a long shot. I seriously have no clue what's gonna happen, but I'm hyped. I just know things are about to get even darker and crazier. As for me, I enjoyed this episode. The lighthearted comedy gave me a break from all the darkness, and I loved that. I'm super excited to see what happens next, what Takopi's gonna do, and how he plans to fix this disaster he's in. What do you guys think of the episode? Did it exceed your expectations? Or are you all masochists who wanted even more pain and darkness with no lighthearted moments at all? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. I want to hit 100 subs before the end of the month. And peace out.